Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. When you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome between the hedges to Athens, Georgia and Sanford Stadium, home of the Georgia Bulldogs. As we'll see, the number 25 team in the country, the UL Monroe Warhawks, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And the Warhawks about to kick it away and get this season started. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Georgia's offense will go on the attack first. We have got a tremendous matchup between these two running backs, both stars in their own right, and David, both ready to make a huge impact.
I mean, how fun is it to have two guys, one on each side, when they have the football, like they can go the distance. Just dynamic speed, great vision. These defenses are in trouble because these guys can touch it a bunch of different ways, and Palmer, they can hit home runs from anywhere on the field.
And I think what makes them really unique too, David, is that they're very versatile guys. Both guys can run between the tackle box, they can take it outside, they can both catch the football as well. So no doubt the game plan for both offenses, feed the running back as many different ways as possible and just let him go to work.
There he goes! He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. Guys, let's chat about Georgia. They lose in the semis last year. Any potential for a hangover this season?
I don't think so, and I think they obviously didn't finish last season the way they wanted to, but having the success they had, David, that opened the eyes to a lot of portal players around the country. They wanted to come here knowing they could build on that and take the next step.
And sometimes it takes those steps, Jesse. Like, you've got to crawl before you walk, and this team, they tasted it. They know what it feels like. They know what it's like to be in the playoffs, and they want more. And they get to take some anger out and some hard feelings out today to start this season.
He'll field the punt and try to make something happen. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. So Louisiana Monroe's offense has its first opportunity of the day. This wide receiver matchup is one that we've been waiting to see. You have two guys on either side, Jesse, who are really going to make the secondaries nervous.
Oh, they should, because these guys can take the top off of defense. You've got two very dynamic individuals playing on each offense, and if I'm playing quarterback in this game for either team, I am going to take my shots and give my guy an opportunity, because both of these guys, they've proven they can make circus-level catches.
I mean, when they're not open, they're open. I mean, they can make the dynamic catches, the contested catches. They have the speed. They are two of the best playmakers in all of the country. So whenever an offense has the football today, you're going to like the show.
He'll do it himself. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time and late in the season.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Picks up the first down, still moving. Make the stop at the 40, but it's a 10-yard gain and a fresh set of downs.
Man, coaches talked about they want to get this running back involved early and often and create some momentum, and this is a great way to do it. Early in this football game, ripping off an explosive run, get the juices going, and I bet you he's going to get a few more touches today.
Some crossing routes are designed to beat man coverage. That one worked out pretty well in zone. Nice job by the QB and receiver being on the same page, finding a soft spot, and getting the completion.
Snagged in the middle, it's Davis. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
The thing I like about this slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route running. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry together.
Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line. Let's take just a second here on the Warhawks. The portal can work wonders if you have specific holes to fill. Breathe a little new life and energy into the program. David, these guys went in there, got a nice little haul that really could set them up for success this season.
They did, and they didn't go bonkers and go crazy, Jesse. I like how they just saw a couple guys that they thought fit their system, fit their culture, and now they're bringing them in so they can rise the tide of this team.
Yeah, this feels like a...
Got some room, headed to the goal line, and he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Warhawks! They're on the board first here in the season opener.
And the running back was not going to be denied on that play. He had a hole, he saw it, he put his foot in the ground, and that was pay dirt.
They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. A 67-yard touchdown drive there, and they finished it off with a 14-yard run for the score. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. The coverage team maintained his discipline, not much doing on that return. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Unloads to the wideout. Picked off, what a way to set him up!
And how about that? That's the first INT for this guy. Like, he's gone all throughout this year, taking care of the football, making plays, really building trust with his offensive coordinator. First mistake, hey, listen, put it behind you. You've had a great season so far, young man.
Monroe has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. Already a solid start to this one, now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Looking to throw on first down. He's going to run it. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Looking to fire. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And this offensive line's got to do a little better job, man. You've got to give your quarterback time to go through his progressions. So go to 1 to 2 and then maybe make a play. And he goes off of his first target, and you can tell he
breaks into the open. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 11.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Wants to go up top. Pressure coming. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And that That is the play this defense had to have. Did you look in the secondary right there? I mean, he was open, guys. Like, that would have been a touchdown, and this defense got to the quarterback, hit him as he's throwing.
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. Now on fourth down, they'll try to come away with 3. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. Good right down the boulevard. And that will extend their lead even further. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, week to week, you just never know, which is why we're here with an update. Fresno State is getting whooped today, and at some point, this comes down to preparation. Are you prepared to play? Clearly, the answer today is a big fat no. They're trailing by 14 to UCLA. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. He'll start this drive firing. Going downfield for the big play. Makes a grab down the middle. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. After that last big gainer, they'll put it in play. 1st and 10 from their own 49. Use the play fake, now to throw. Got his man quickly. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there.
And offenses nowadays, they're really just counting numbers. How many guys do you have out wide? How many guys do I have out wide? If I have enough guys to block your guys, boom, it's just built into the offense. Pitch, catch, let me get a few yards.
And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
But I tell you what, when you drop back and you know you got that slot work in the middle of the field and you know how fast he is, you just wait for him to come open, throw that strike, and you know he'll take care of the rest. Nice throw, nice catch.
Soft spot in the middle. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. And the Dogs are marching down the field. Now the play fake. A little release to the back. Plows through the defense.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between your tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
And the Bulldogs with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Using the quick game. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
Gonna swing it on 2nd down. Fires to the end zone. It's complete. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a 1st down. We've reached the end of the period, and it's Louisiana Monroe out front. Man, that was an impressive and dominant 1st quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the 2nd period and they try to find a way to answer. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. With the run on 1st and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Dogs! Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front. They were physical. Skilled players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
And with the extra point, the lead is cut to 3. It's 10-7. They're set to kick it off. Do you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Guys, we'll see what this Warhawk offense can get done this time. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
Chain gang on the move. It'll be a first down at the 29.
And this is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that first down.
They'll start this one from the 29 on first down. Wants to throw on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Davis. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed after he made his break? He was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Caught over the middle. It's Terrell. He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45. Third and short, and I guess the only thing they really took out of play in the shotgun was the quarterback sneak.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I like to do, Reese. I mean, 3rd and inches, I want to run the quarterback sneak, run the football, but this team fully comfortable throwing the football, and you see why. Easy pitch, easy catch, first down.
Well, give the defense credit on that one because they knew coming into this one that they were going to try to get this receiver the ball in a variety of ways. They were ready for the screen there, and they create a negative play.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Back to pass. Bushes on him. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. If there's ever been a position group that sort of identifies with the team's mascot, it would be the bulldog mentality of this Georgia front.
Those hunkering down dogs up front, they got to hunker down and stop the run and be physical, and then guess what? It gets into...
He lobs one high down the left side. Catch and stride inside the 15. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a first and goal from the 10.
And that's what makes this offense so dangerous. They've got playmakers all over the field. Here they are on their own side of the 50, 3rd and long. On any given play, they can take it the distance. They do right there. Not just moving the chains, but setting themselves up now, 1st and goal.
The Warhawks trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. Looking downfield on 1st down. And his throw is incomplete.
A lot of times when you go back and you revisit these games, who takes advantage of these opportunities in the red zone, in these goal-to-go situations? Bad job on 1st down by this offense.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Gets rid of it. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, the defense is making some big plays here right up against their own goal line. They forced 2 straight incompletions, now setting up 3rd down. You're expecting pass again. Is this a situation where they're going to want to blitz, or do they stay back, play zone, and try to break on the ball?
On 3rd and goal, you can't hear yourself thinking here. Grabbed behind the line, it's Terrell. And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. 4th and goal from the 5, and the offense is staying out there. A gutsy move by this ball club. Just keeps slinging it. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, UL Monroe. I tell you, when this drive started, the defense thought they had them in a hole. not anymore. What a performance.
And I really like the play calling by the offensive coordinator on that last drive. That was a nice mixture of running and throwing and getting different players involved. Really nice job, very poised in that play calling, and it showed up with the touchdown.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. That deficit has now grown to double digits, down 17-7 as they start this drive. Fires to the wideout. Got his man downfield. Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the first down. That's quite a start to a drive, and now they'll snap it from midfield. Looking to throw on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Jean-Pierre. Carrying the ball with attitude down to the 42.
Man, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times good things happen.
You just need more from your offensive line. Second and short like that, you'd love to be able to fire off the ball and pick that up running it, but the defense was able to get penetration. They were able to get a stop, and now you set up third down, and this offensive line's going to have to play a lot better here.
Just a short pass to the tight end. They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
To the air on first down. How about that sweet footwork along the sideline? It is a catch. Backed up now, here's second and long. Looking to fire. And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass. Let's take a little step back and have a look at Georgia. They start the season as the #1 team in the country. You want to talk about having a bullseye on your back from day one.
Yeah, bullseye, but that also means you're really, really talented, and you're thought highly of. So this roster, it doesn't take a backseat to anybody in the country. Starting the year #1 is a great thing. That means you got talent. But how do you take this season, and how do you take step one today?
And that's the job of the coaches, I think, is to deliver the message to your team. You've got to prove it. You haven't played anybody yet. You haven't necessarily earned that #1 in front of your name. So here's your opportunity. A lot of fans watching. A lot of people excited to see just how good you really are.
And you want a touchdown, and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Monroe has it back on the offense, ready to go to work. They took advantage of outstanding field position the last time they had it, and now they'll have a little more work to do to get on the board. Leaves it with the back. He's past the 30. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
And a great job by the offensive line. You're going to run the ball right up the middle. You better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center, the guard, the tackles doing a good job getting on their guys just enough where this running back can get into space and make the big gain.
All right, guys, let's take a minute and talk about the Warhawks. They come into the season #1 recruiting class in the country. Think we'll see those freshmen much?
You dang right. I mean, you don't recruit like they did this offseason and be the #1 team in the country without getting a ton of impact guys that come in and contribute day one. Palmer, there's a lot of young, exciting faces.
Yeah, they don't look like freshmen either. I mean, these guys look like grown men. And remember, in recruiting, a lot of these kids were promised to get on the field very, very early. For this team to have the success they're hoping to have, absolutely these freshmen have got to go.
And it's incomplete on 3rd down. And the Warhawks decide to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. I wouldn't quite call it a shank, but that's not exactly going to go on the resume reel. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. They'll send the back in motion. Back to pass on 2nd down. Flips it out in the flat. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. As they come to the line on 3rd and short from the 43, I wonder if they already know they'll go for it if they don't make it here. Fires to the tight end. And he'll pick up the 1st down, but he got drilled on that tackle. Georgia ready to dial it up on another 1st down. Wants to throw it. Throws for the tight end. It's caught downfield. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
Great job by the offense. Listen, if the defense is going to sit back in zone, you know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that are looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise throws.
And here's a fumble way behind the line. Oh, and they corral the ball so they avoid the turnover, but man, did they lose a chunk of yardage. The Dogs with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Finds the tight end. He is not going to get there. Stopped short of the line to gain, and it'll be 4th down. And here comes the field goal unit for the 2nd time tonight. Well, they've already made one. The holder will put it down at the 38 for a 48-yard attempt. Splits the uprights. It's good. That'll cut the lead down to 4, 17-13.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. One more snap coming before halftime. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Finds his man. It's Warren. They make the stop, and that is the end of the 1st half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, looks like we've had a compelling start to things there in Athens. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Dooley Field inside Sanford Stadium.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So much for the idea of halftime settling down this crowd. They are ready second half. Fires to the big fella. He's brought down at the 29 after a 10-yard gain. No reason to panic when you see those extra bodies coming. Just find the big tight end.
Well, and the great ones do that. The great ones are okay. You want to blitz? I know my answers. I'm all right. I'll stay patient. Find the matchup. This time it was the tight end. Finds the tight end, throws a strike, gets the first down.
It's a nice job running the in route there by the receiver. And the best thing he did after he made his break, he didn't trail and fade away. He actually attacked the football. That's a good lesson for young receivers out there watching.
And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Looking to throw on 1st down. Under fire. He turns this into a nice gain and gets down to avoid the hit.
Man-to-man coverage is a great opportunity for scrambling quarterbacks to take off and run because everybody on defense who's covering has their backs turned to the quarterback, obviously, because they're chasing an intended receiver or target. So good job that time by the quarterback knowing, I've got man coverage. If it's not open, I can take off and go make something positive happen.
It's now 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. Wants to throw on 1st down. Got the back over the middle. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. You want to create favorable matchups, and the angle route against a backer is a good way to do it.
Yeah, and especially if you're going to run man-to-man, that's hard. That's hard for a linebacker to run with a fast tailback. But if I can play a little bit more zone and stay in my zone and anticipate the quarterback throwing that.
And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. And the big dog got him again, and Georgia can be judicious when they blitz because they get pressure from the guys up front.
So nice having a defensive line that hunts. And year after year, Georgia finds these guys, but the double guys, the guys that get double sacks in a game, double-digit sacks in a season, these guys make your defense really special.
The dogs are barking and growling and trying to hold him here on 3rd down. He's looking downfield to throw. Couldn't quite haul it in. They almost had their first pick here late in the game. And for the second time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Splits the uprights right down the middle. The lead now 7 here in the 3rd quarter. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, it's gone final in a huge top 25 showdown. Here's how it went down. Notre Dame went into hostile territory and came away with a convincing victory. The Irish always get everyone's best punch, but today they took that punch and delivered a knockout of their own. A collision between ranked teams always impacts the big picture, fellas, and it appears that's the case again today.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Out of the gun to give to the back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Wants to go up top. A strike downfield. Hits the accelerator to the right. The 30. At the 20. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown Bulldogs.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Looking for the tie with the extra point. And the extra point was good. No incident there, and we are tied up in the 3rd. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a two-play drive. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Guys, we'll see what this Warhawk offense can get done this time. Their lead is gone, and they'll try to grab it back on this drive. Back in motion, trying to clear the picture. Run it with the fullback. Working well behind the sticks on second down. The give to the tailback. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage, he'll lose a yard.
And I like the defense being aggressive. They heated up that RPO. He didn't even give him time to read it. I'm getting in the backfield right now, making a play, being aggressive, bringing the fight to the offense.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Makes the catch. Makes his way out to the 20 before he stopped, and that'll bring up a 4th down. The Warhawks will punt it away on 4th down. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop. And now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it cooking, man. And how about the defense? Great job getting that stop, getting the football right back to the hot hand. Now this offense, Palmer, has a chance to take the lead.
You can see the offense, too. They understand the situation right now. They were jonesing on the sidelines to get another opportunity to run back on the field. They are ready to drive this ball and go score.
He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18. The Bulldogs come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Quarterback on the keeper. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. The screen, he's got wheels! And they pick up just a few on that completion. And they'll run the field goal unit back out there. This kicker has already banged a couple through. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And with that, they've taken the lead.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Monroe has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Got the first down himself. Oh, he's got some space. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down.
And this QB's really starting to show you something, isn't he? I mean, he's been hit a lot in the pocket, and I just like the toughness. At the end of the run here, he's not sliding because he's been banged up a little bit. Lowering the shoulder, getting the first down, taking some hits, but he's still competing.
Starting a drive like that really builds confidence. First down from the 45. Looking downfield on first down. He makes the grab. Showed off just about every move in the book, except the forward move. Stopped for a short gain. And the Warhawks in a good spot here with second and short. Back to pass. Got the quick pass. Inside the 35. Inside the 15. Out of bounds at the 14-yard line. The offense looking for a score.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
The Warhawks will line it up on 1st and 10. They'll give it to the back. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. To the ground with the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And nowhere to run on that play at all.
About all you can say is do better. But that's the problem. Are they able to do better?
And that's why you keep trying things, right? Keep trying to get on the perimeter, run up the middle, try different things to see what you do well.
They'll run for it on 3rd and short. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller.
Touchdown, Warhawks! And that one will give them the lead.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. An 84-yard drive there. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking to throw on 1st down. Working that left side now. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a 1st down at the 38. We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. One quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic 4th quarter finish. They go back to work in the final period of this one. The pull and throw off the RPO. They stop him just short of the 1st down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. And the Dogs come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Unloads quickly. Turning it on. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver comes in motion. Wants to throw again. Got it behind the line. It's Jean-Pierre. And he'll be run out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. Not a very productive play there. And the Bulldogs have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Looking to fire. Snagged out of the air. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there of it.
Makes the grab down the middle. He's tackled right at the 40-yard line. That is well short of the 1st down, and let's see if they go for it here. Georgia lining up to punt it away. Wanted to make sure not to give them a chance for a return as it goes out of bounds. Guys, we'll see what this Warhawk offense can get done this time. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt. Find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. You make sure you execute. Build this lead a little bit bigger. Put this thing away in the fourth quarter.
And the pass is incomplete, but it might not matter. Flag is down, and it looked as if the defense was roughing up that receiver.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. You simply can't do it, and the referees caught it.
A costly penalty for this defense gives them a 1st and 10. The give to the back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And when you play defensive end, it's all about getting off the football. You can tell, gets off the football really fast, gets in the backfield, gets the running back before he knows what hit him. What a play by the defensive end.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Quickly to the tight end. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short in the 1st. And the Warhawks will call on their punt team. Wouldn't call it a shank, but I don't think he'll include it on his greatest hits. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They're on the cusp of what would be an historic loss, falling as the #1 team in the country unless they can pull it together here in the final moments. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. The Dogs are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Tries to slither forward on the sneak.
3rd and 1, everyone knows it's coming, but the quarterback sneak is so hard to stop. They just got to get 1 yard. Nice job by the offensive line.
Well, a really good push by his center on that last play, making it easy for his quarterback to just tuck the football, belly it, get low, and drive your legs.
Completes the shuffle pass. Trying to hit him with a quick game on 1st down, and nothing doing there.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this 1st down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
Good, wide open, big play opportunity. Hits him right between the numbers. You got to make that play. Those are one of those where I tap my helmet like, dude, that was me. That was on me. My bad. Give me another opportunity later on.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. They boot it away. Wants to bring it back. Just a wall of defenders everywhere he looks, and he's guided out of bounds after a short return. Monroe has it back on the offense, ready to go to work. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
And there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football, make your plays, put a good drive together.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Safe completion on the screen. There he goes. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work.
And there you go. You see, you don't have to throw bombs to get big plays in the passing game. Just screen it to your running back. As soon as he catches it, he gets upfield. And how about the downfield blocking by these linemen and the wide receivers as they rip off that explosive play?
You got to love how they just continue to do what they do. It's the fourth quarter. You got to lead. There's no reason to get conservative. We're a passing offense. Great job on first down. Better job on second down. This offense continuing to stay in a rhythm.
The defense has their hands full trying to stop this guy in the slot. They're going to have to figure something out to bracket him, try and get two bodies around him, maybe get some safety help as well, because right now they do not have the answer for this guy.
Give to the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. He'll run it again. Didn't get much, picked up a yard, and that will leave them with 4th and 2.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Knocked it right through, showing that big range from 48 yards out. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Fresno State is getting whooped today, and at some point, this comes down to preparation. Are you prepared to play? Clearly, the answer today is a big fat no. They're trailing by 31 to UCLA. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. So will the defense try to keep it all in front, or will they go after the quarterback here and try to end it? Off the play fake on first down to throw. Connection to the right. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. Sets up the screen. Can't get him to the ground. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is looking for a play to close this deal out. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Puts it out of the air. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late.
It's definitely the wide receiver's job to create space, right? So whether you're running a go or you're running a hitch like this right here, I got to find a way to push off legally or just create a little bit of space to get some positive yards.
They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down. Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And this offense has been a struggle bus. I mean, just call it like it is, guys. It hasn't been good, especially the passing game. And I'll tell you what, QB's played better games before. And I'm interested to watch. Can he stay positive? Can he finish this game off on a good note?
3rd and long, defense knows the pass is coming, so they're going to have guys with their eyes on the QB, but they're going to try to get to him with pressure, pinning their ears back. If you're on offense, you might be thinking blitz here. Better get rid of this one quick.
Oh, he's ready to take a shot. Got him downfield. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. 1st and goal from the 8. The offense gets a quick timeout at this point. Every second is precious. And guys, if they can make their way into the end zone, we'll have a tie game in the 4th, and the stage will be set for a great finish. He's got him still on his feet. They'll run him out of bounds, but look what's on the ground. Penalty marker. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Now on 1st and goal, let's see what Georgia will do. He'll keep it himself. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Quick strike complete. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch. Calling a timeout here, you have to avoid making a mistake in this situation. A touchdown here on 3rd and goal really ratchets up the game pressure. Here comes the heat. Right through his hands. He had a touchdown and just didn't look the ball in. It'll be 4th down. They'll leave the offense out there to try to get it past the marker and pick up the 1st. Looking to throw. Into the end zone for a touchdown, and now just 1 point away from a tie.
Man, great execution. That is how it's done late in the football game now. All you need is that extra point. Bring the kicker out there. This is what you do. Just like practice, knock it through the uprights, tie this football game, and we might be looking at overtime soon.
Big point after here, looking for the tie late. And the extra point was good, and we are all tied up in the 4th. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. From inside the 10, here he comes. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Guys, we'll see what this Warhawk offense can get done this time. There's enough time to get the ball down the field here, David, but you've got to make sure you're efficient and avoid mistakes.
Yeah, and those 2-minute drills, you always talk about the first down, Jesse. Get that first down, stop the clock, get some momentum going on offense.
Yeah, and good decision-making by the quarterback, too, right? You don't have to be greedy in this situation. Just take what the defense gives you and get yourself in position to win.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Makes the grab. It's Terrell. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down. The offense will use a timeout. Clock is stopped with 22 seconds left. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. Wants to throw on 1st down. It's complete. Breaks into the open. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down. Now from inside the red zone. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. They get the timeout and the clock reads 3 seconds. So here comes the field goal unit once again. They've already kicked 3 tonight. It'll all be decided right here. Win or lose on this kick. And it is good. Splits the uprights on the chip shot. What a battle this game was. Went right down to the end. #1 team in the land gets knocked off. But sometimes this gives you a chance to recalibrate some things, guys.
Yeah, and they're going to have to go back and watch this film and face some tough truths as well, because we know they've got a ton of talent, and this is a team that when they're playing their A game, they look like the best team in the country, David. Consistency, though, is going to be a big thing for them moving ahead.
Yeah, so you got to use this. You got to look at what you did wrong. You got to say, okay, maybe we're not as good as we thought we were. Just because we were #1, that doesn't mean anything until the end of the season, and you're the last guy standing and you have the trophy. So take this loss, work on some of those things you think you need to work on so it doesn't happen again.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.